And welcome back to another video in the TNL Tips video series, which focuses on brief tips that can help you out in many aspects of your teaching. In fact, today we'll be jumping back onto Canvas, and I want to talk specifically about the Course Details menu. This is a menu inside of Canvas that you can adapt to some extent to control a variety of things. So we just want to look at that menu today, what those controls are, and how you might adapt some of that for your own teaching style here in Canvas. Let's jump on and take a look. Okay, so we're back here with another look inside of Canvas, and today let's go and work on the Details menu in Canvas. To get there, go to your home page in Canvas and go all the way to the bottom, click on Settings. This is the Course Details page, and there's a ton of stuff here. On the side, you're going to see this menu, which we talked about some of these with importing, validating links in another video. We've talked about Canvas Commons, so we're not going to cover that so much. This tells you information about the users specifically assigned to the class. So we'll go through these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually, to be quite honest with you, we won't go through navigation. I have a separate video, so check out my video called Canvas Navigation Menu. This is the Canvas Navigation menu. To work with it, you'll drag and drop items either up here to be visible or down here to not be visible. And then as always, you have to hit save at the bottom to make sure that your changes are saved. You can also adjust content with the placement of items where you want them to appear here in terms of their order. So we're not going to cover that. We'll start here with course details. I've mentioned in the past in one of my other videos that you can change the image for your class. It's a great opportunity to really have something iconic that your students can maybe understand a little bit better when they see it when they log on. So I definitely recommend having that available for your students. Decide on an image, format it, stick it there. A lot of this information you're not going to change. SSID is specific to our systems through IT. You don't want to mess with that kind of stuff. You're probably not going to enable any of this, and it looks like even you can't necessarily do that. So most of the stuff on this menu you're not going to change. In some cases, if you do a date change, if you're instructed, that'll happen here. We'll talk in fall 2021 about what the dates will look like in terms of those changes. You're not going to be able to adjust your storage. Probably this information at the bottom you might want to think about. If you want to offer anything about Creative Commons, you could add that information there. You don't have to. You can add a description. So that's kind of it here. You're not really doing a lot of work adapting stuff here. Again, if you had to change dates in the class, we would also have to do it at the level of the course section. And I'm going to blur that here, but you just click on the right, edit course section, and then the dates would go in here. By the way, for cross-listing, typically if you have a class that's like, say, cross-listed in Soc and Ethnic Studies, get in touch with me. I can do that cross-listing. I don't know if you have that option on your end. I believe you don't. I'll go back to settings here. And I can click on navigation again, separate video, so check that out. Now under apps, this will tell you the apps that are installed or not installed in Canvas. You're really not going to work with this. If you want an app to be able to use, reach out to me, reach out to the new DE coordinator if and when we hire that person, maybe in 2021, 2022. That is really happening at the admin level. But if you need something very specific and it doesn't cost, there's an issue if it costs, like Proctorio or something, we can work on that on our end, whoever is coordinating DE at the college, and they can go in and put in custom keys that allow this to be licensed through our Canvas system. If that is not the case, then you can't use external apps, so you always have to reach out to whoever is in charge. Feature previews, again, unfortunately, I'm wondering if I have more visible here than you do, but I believe you should have things like anonymous grading, so if you want to enable that, click Enable, and that will be ready to go. I think you probably have most of these. You can choose a different version of the gradebook. You can do moderated grading. You can do EPUB exporting. This new discussions announcements redesign is kind of interesting, and so that might be a possibility to preview that in beta. And allowing extra credit is actually here too. So that is good because you can add that to a rubric. So you might want to look at your feature previews and see the ones that maybe you need to change based on your needs in your class. And then we don't have any integrations available, so you don't have to look at that. So that is really the course details menu. Again, I think the most work you're doing is really going to be under feature previews if these are available to you, and then also your navigations menu, because that is really key to your students navigating the class. So that is it today here in the TNL Tips video series, and I'll be back with more videos in this series shortly.